So the majority of the registered parties are dialed in now. We would slowly kick it off, so nothing's going to be missed if you missed the first couple of minutes. I would start with some introduction. My name is Hakan Kocabeoğlu, and I have with me my partner, Kram Yushi Wang. She's the product marketing manager. She will be doing the demos afterwards. So we'll split the presentation in me giving the introduction, going through some high-level information, and then hand over to Yushi for the live demo. And I hope nothing goes wrong there, since this is the live system. It's nothing prepared, so we'll find out. Before we head to the slides, just some general information for the technicalities. So all of you are in mute mode. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section. We will try to answer all the questions during this session. If we do not manage, we will, of course, follow up with all of you separately. Today's program is as following. So we'll have a short introduction, just give you some refresher about who is Unblu and what we do and what is our product. Show you a couple of sneak previews or highlights of the new version, Unblu Spark 8. Of course, we will not be able to show everything. As mentioned, this is a very short session today. So if you have any requirements and if you want to deep dive in certain things or have a customized demo, please reach out to us. Then we will hand off to a live demonstration, give you some highlights of what is still planned for the rest of the year or what is going to come next, and then wrap up the session with a short Q&A session if there are any open questions. As mentioned, just a brief reminder of who Unblu is. Unblu was founded more than 15 years ago in Switzerland with offices across the world. We are focusing on conversational technology for financial industries, as you can see on a couple of our key clients on the right side. And one of the recent developments is, as of end of 22, we are part of the Swiss Post Group, who's using Unblu as well to drive digital innovation in Switzerland. About our products, we have two main products in our portfolio. On the left side, we see here the platform, which will be the focus of today's webinar. But we wanted to mention quickly our other product as well, Unblu Branch, which is bringing the digital engagement into the non-digital world by combining two approaches, by offering the possibility to spin up hybrid branches where you can leverage the physical and the non-physical world in one common experience. But as mentioned before, we will focus today on Unblu Spark, which is our client interaction management platform. And as a reminder for those of you who already use Unblu and for the ones who want to use it, what kind of capabilities we focus on. So basically, we cover 360 engagement with our clients through different channels. So be that through the conversation layer on live chat or chatbot interactions, and which you can call conversational AI, which is helping you in a contact center to have very high resolution rates, or if you have more kind of personal interactions with your clients on the secure messaging level, where you give advice through secure messaging or external messengers, leverage that on top with voice and video capabilities, and then enhance it additionally as well with collaboration tools such as co-browsing or document collaboration. And some of these features we will see where we added some enhancements, and Yushi is going to demonstrate some of them as well later on. Let's start off with how and why we do changes in the product. I think it is a natural evolution of each software to always add new features and capabilities. The way we do that is maybe the other way around. So we just don't add features what we think makes sense. Our number one kind of key stakeholder is our customer. So these are our clients, and this is basically where we take our innovation from. So our main focus is to make sure that our customer requirements are fulfilled. So these might be changes to existing kind of capabilities or new capabilities which are needed to address the business needs. We topped it up with our product vision. So of course, we have a long-term vision as well, where we want to be in the market and we want to be leaders in this market. So therefore, we of course evolve over the time, following the industry changes, latest innovations, just to make sure that we can offer these capabilities to our clients as well. And last but not least, since we operate in a regulated industry, of course, the regulatory requirements, which are a very fast-changing landscape and have different kind of requirements across different countries. And we don't want our clients to worry about these kind of changes, so we take over this burden as well and make sure to follow all these changes and requirements and integrate that into our product vision and into our product capabilities, making sure that you get a fully innovative and compliant solution, which is helping you to address your day-to-day business and making sure that your business can be a success. With this vision or these insights from the product innovation, what we did for Unblu Spark version 8 is to highlight and improve certain key capabilities we already had in the product. And I'm not going to go into the detail because Yushi is going to show them. But first of all, we spend a lot of time to improve the communication layer, what is around messaging, meaning it's not only receiving messages and answering, but as well putting the client into the center. And this is achieved by adding a couple of highlights there. And here we see addition of labels, adding standard connectors for WhatsApp and SMS natively into the product, and being able to as well create outbound conversations. So it's not only a reactive kind of approach, but a proactive, reaching out to the clients, addressing their needs. And not only to one client, but as well to broadcast a message to multiple end recipients, using this as communication tool without having to rely on any other tools you might have in-house. So you can really use it as a 360, the one and only communication tool you need to engage with your clients. Besides the messaging part, one of big efforts and focus areas of Unblu was to enhance the collaborative tools. Some of you might already have used the predecessor of this technology, which we call document co-browsing. Now we renamed this to document collaboration because the heavy focus is on the collaboration capability. So it's not only just filling out the PDF document together, but making as well annotations, making comments, highlighting certain things, and even using the built-in digital signature capability. And this is a native solution within Unblu, so you don't have to worry about any external data being processed somewhere else. So everything is happening basically where you need it. Everything stays safe and secure. And as the last kind of improvement on the end user perspective, we did a big effort to revamp our voice video collaboration capabilities. So this is just starting from a high level redesign just to make it look more modern, to adding new capabilities and functions, as well as to introducing a new side panel, which gives you more contextual information about the engagement you're having. And with this, I think the easy part is over for me. I'll hand over to Yushi, and she will do a live demonstration of a couple of these examples we've shown. And as I said, this is just like a short selection in the time frame we have now today with you. We are happy to show you more in a personalized session.
Great. Thanks, Hakan, and hello, everyone. So in the next 20 minutes, I will provide a live demonstration of Unblu 8 using 3 different use cases. And Hakan, let me know if you can hear me okay?
Yes, everything is perfect, Yushi.
Awesome. All right. So the first use case that we're going to look at is that we're going to explore how Unblu Spark 8 can facilitate that kind of secure customer support on multiple channels. And what I have on the screen here is the views of both customer and agent. On the left side, I am presenting my phone as the customer as labeled above. And then on the right side, I am presenting our Unblu agent desk. And you can see that I am signed in as Anna, an agent who works at a call center. And to begin this demo storyline, let's say I am a customer called Victor. I am in a huge hurry because unfortunately I just lost my credit card. And from here, I can send a text message to the bank support line to get some help to cancel my credit card. So I'm going to say cancel my credit card and hit send. And as soon as I sent this message, as you can see, as the agent Anna on the other side, I can see this request arriving in my queue. It says SMS. So as Hakan mentioned earlier, with Unblu Spark 8, we can easily enable that kind of SMS channel with our out-of-the-box connector, which can help you to consolidate requests coming from different channels. And then as the support agent Anna, I'm going to answer this request. And as soon as I answer this request, I can see that who this customer is. He's connected through SMS. And this is because as Victor, I sent this message directly from the phone number that the bank has on file for me. And then moving on, recognizing the sensitivity and the urgency of the request, the agent Anna advises him to actually transition to a more secure channel because as we all know, with this type of SMS channel, it's not really the most secured place to handle requests as such. So as the agent Anna, I just sent Victor a message using our CAN response, advising him to log into his banking app, and then he's going to receive a message from Anna in the secure chat. And with Unblu Spark 8, we've introduced this kind of context bar, which is located to the right of the conversation. It is used to provide agents with really quick access to the conversation details, such as any files that were uploaded as part of this conversation or the participants in this conversation. So as we move on, Anna is going to create this outbound chat using our secure messenger. She can easily create a new session called cancel credit card and start conversation. And then she's going to say, hello, let's continue from here. Well, on the other side, as the customer, I'm going to sign into my online account on the demo app that we have. And if push notification is turned on, Victor will also receive a notification of the new message waiting for him. And what we're looking at here is our mock banking app on Victor's phone. But in real life, this can be your existing mobile app for your customers with Unblu features integrated seamlessly within the app. And as you can see on Victor's phone, there is a badge indicating there is one unread message. And Victor can easily go in there and see Anna's message. And then from here, they can continue that conversation and to process the request from Victor easily while maintaining that kind of high level of security, all within this authenticated space. So that pretty much wraps up our first use case. As you can see, Unblu Spark 8 allows you to consolidate different channels such as SMS and live chat, as well as WhatsApp. And it can seamlessly transition from one channel to another. And now let's just move on to the second use case. Let me just quickly set up the scene so we are good to go. Just give me 1 second. And for this use case, because I will be also demonstrating Unblu's video calls, in order to make sure there's no conflicts with the webinar, I'm just going to turn off my camera shortly, and then I will be back after this use case. All right, so moving on, let's explore our second use case, which focuses on digital sales with Unblu Spark 8. In this scenario, we can see how we can facilitate excellent customer interactions and boost conversion rates. So now let's imagine Victor, the customer, he's also a potential home buyer seeking information about mortgages. With Unblu Spark 8, we can guide him through this process easily from the initial inquiry to all the subsequent touch points. In this demo use case, we will move away from Victor's phone. As you can see, I've actually pulled up our mock e-banking website. And from here, Victor is going to sign into his online account from the web portal. And he can easily start a chat to learn more about mortgage options directly from his online banking. So he's going to click on this button and select chat to a support agent. And from here, you can see that now he is greeted by our conversational bot, and he can ask questions about, I'm interested to learn more about mortgages. And depending on the nature of the request, we can have the bot to prompt some qualifying questions, such as what kind of house you want to buy, and is the offer already being accepted? So it really depends on your business needs. We can have the chat to be escalated to like a live agent at a certain point, or it can be immediately following a request for mortgage rates, or I'll have the bot prompting for a few more qualifying questions. And let's say yes. And then you can see that request arriving in the contact center's queue, and Anna can see this request here. And before she answers, she can click preview, and then she can see all the interactions between the bot and the customer, giving her the full context as to what this request is about, even before she answers the request. And now she clicks answer, and then she can join this conversation with Victor. And let's say Victor is curious about if he can make lump sum payments during the mortgage terms. He has a lot of different questions. So he can ask, can I make lump sum payments? And as the agent Anna, before she looks up relevant product information in another system, what she can do is she can actually hover on this message here and click on this light bulb that says generate a suggestion. And from here, our Unblu bot sidekick, we will be generating a response based on contents that are defined in a knowledge base, such as your documents or website. And Anna can either select to edit the response or to send it right away. And with this type of accurate and personalized suggestion by the bot, Unblu can empower them, like your agents, to increase first contact resolution rate, as well as reducing the handling times. And let's say there's a lot of back and forth, many questions from Victor. And from here, Anna recognizes Victor as a high potential lead for mortgage services. And from here, Anna is going to pull up Victor's profile again. And she's going to apply a label called high upsell potential for mortgage and hit apply. So as Hakan mentioned earlier, with Unblu Spark 8, we've introduced this label feature. As you can see, it can be used to segment your customers or even agents to provide a lot more personalized and tailored services. And that concludes the first touch point of when Victor is requesting for mortgage information. Let's end the conversation for now. And let's just pretend we are fast forwarding a few days. After Victor has done a lot more research, now he's returning for further assistance, and this time he wants to chat to a support agent to book an appointment. And instead of asking about mortgage, this time he's going to say, I want to chat with an agent. And then now he's going to confirm yes, transfer to an agent. And similarly, it arrives in the contact center queue. As the agent Anna, she can answer this request similar to earlier, but this time, before she asks any preliminary questions about, oh, why are you requesting an appointment, she can actually pull up Victor's profile, look at the previous conversation. So now we can see all the relevant conversations with the same customer all in one view. But most importantly, Anna noticed this label called high upsell potential for mortgage. Seeing this, Anna immediately offers the option to connect Victor to a mortgage specialist right away. Since we all know, time is of the essence when it comes to closing sales opportunities. And from here, Anna is going to send another camera response to Victor, letting him know that, you know, stay in the chat while I transfer you to a specialist. It might be escalated to a voice or video call to better assist you. Of course, Victor is very excited to speak to someone right away because he has a lot of further questions in this scenario. And then as the agent Anna, I can easily forward this request over to a specialist, and then seeing who's online. She saw Susan, the specialist, is online. She can add a message for her, or she can just forward it right away. And now I am going to switch over to another view of Susan, who is, she is logged in as Susan, the specialist. And then on her queue, she can see that this request has already arrived. And then it's assigned to her, and from here she can answer the request and start chatting with Victor from here. And similarly, Susan can also check Victor's profile, look at the previous interactions, and this will really help her to quickly get up to speed and pick up the conversation from where they left off. And with this kind of, 360-degree view of customer interactions, like Hakan just mentioned earlier, it really helps to enhance the operational efficiency and ensure a very personalized experience for your customers. And as they explore Victor's mortgage options, Susan suggests to initiate a voice call to discuss the mortgage terms, because speaking on the call is actually a lot easier than messaging back and forth in the chat for a very complex topic like this. And she can even turn on her camera to escalate this to a video call. And from here, Susan can continue assisting Victor by using different collaboration tools that some of you are probably already familiar with. So for example, she can start a co-browsing session with Victor to look at Victor's online banking together and look at different mortgage options. And she can also do a document collaboration session. So let me just upload a test file called mortgage application file. And from here, they can start this kind of document collaboration together and work on the file simultaneously. And with Unblu 8, we've introduced a lot of new features for document collaboration. For example, you can apply permanent or temporary highlighting, like using the marker. You can add text to the file. You can add comments to the document. And we also have this out-of-the-box digital signature solution, like Hakan mentioned earlier, so that you can sign documents directly during the document co-browsing session, which will help you to really shorten that kind of sales cycle and close the deal right on the call with your customer. And moving on, as most of you might have noticed, we've also made significant enhancements to the user experience during collaborations. We've completely revamped it with a new view that merges this call in progress. And we've also introduced new features like enhanced pinning. Now you can ping the video, like the camera, easily. We also introduced background image replacement. You can replace the background of your agents. And then on top of that, you can also change the layout of the view into different modes. So there's a lot of enhancements over there. And that pretty much wraps up this use case. As you can see with Unblu Spark 8, when it comes to digital sales, we can really help you to streamline your sales process and enhance the agent productivity and foster that kind of seamless collaboration and give your customer a really personalized customer experience. So now let me end this conversation, and then we will move on to the last use case. I'm just setting up the stage for the last use case here. And now we've looked at the video call on Unblu. Let me turn on my camera here. All right. Okay, so moving on to the last use case, let's look at how Unblu Spark 8 can facilitate that kind of compliant and convenient advisory service. So to begin this demo storyline, let's imagine Victor has recently expressed his interest in wealth advisory services, and he's trying to get onboarded. And on the other side, now I'm going to pull up another profile here. I am logged in as Rebecca, who is an advisor. She is actually the dedicated relationship manager that is assigned to Victor. And to onboard her client Victor, Rebecca can easily create an outbound chat directly from the advisor desk and look up Victor's profile. And let's say the topic is ongoing wealth discussion and start a conversation from there. And as the advisor, she can, use this as a platform to upload different documents. We can securely exchange all kinds of files with our secure messenger. And as Victor, he can view the chat from here. And this is how they can have this kind of, continuous conversation where it can persist over weeks or months and allow asynchronous messaging from any kind of devices, whether it's a mobile phone or tablet or the web portal. And it really replicates that kind of user-friendly experience of popular messaging apps like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. However, this will allow both parties to stay completely compliant and ensure sensitive information is protected. And continuing with our advisory scenario, in some cases, having this kind of long-running single thread of conversation is not sufficient, especially when it comes to, if there's a need to bring expertise from another domain, like tax or estate planning. In this scenario, Rebecca can easily create a breakout conversation directly from the advisor desk, and this will start a new thread with the client and other relevant parties. So let's say we are starting a new thread or new conversation called tax planning, and hit start conversation. And from here, let's just say hello. And Rebecca can invite, let's say, a tax specialist. And in this case, we're going to invite Hakan, who is our tax specialist today, and he's going to join us in this conversation. And now we have Hakan joining us. And let's just go back to the list of conversation from the client view. As you can see, now Victor is seeing two different threads. There was an ongoing wealth discussion with Rebecca. And now we also have Hakan joining us. And Hakan is actually sending me a hidden message that's only visible to Rebecca in case they have anything they want to discuss internally. And as the customer Victor, I wouldn't be able to see that. So as you can see with the new version, we can now replace traditional email threads with a secure and efficient messaging platform. It not only helps, the clients and advisors to organize the communication effectively, but also reduce the risk associated with traditional email channels, such as, phishing attempts, data breaches. So in this way, advisors can still communicate with their clients in a fashion that they're most comfortable and familiar with. So that pretty much wraps up the last use case. But before we conclude the demo, there's one more feature that I like to highlight. Over the last 20 minutes, we've noticed that Victor has been very busy. He's been engaged with various teams on different topics. And with Unblu Spark 8, we can ensure that staff members will only have access to the conversations that they are authorized to view. So for instance, as a support agent, Anna, I wouldn't be able to view the conversation that took place between the relationship manager, Rebecca, and the client, Victor, because that's kind of a private discussion. But as Rebecca, who is Victor's RM, she will be able to have access to all the previous conversations across teams. And this will give her that kind of capability to offer really personalized services based on a very comprehensive understanding of Victor's past interactions, as well as his needs. So that wraps up the demo. And now moving on, Hakan, back to you.
Thank you, Yushi. So I'm happy that everything worked out. There's always like a wild card if you do live demonstrations. Very glad we didn't have any hiccups. So you saw a couple of new features we introduced in version 8. This is by far not everything. So as said, our information is public. You can go to the website, look what other kind of articles we published for you about the new capabilities. But of course, the best thing is to reach out to us and maybe set up a personalized demo where we can really address all your detailed questions. So this is not where we stop now with the release. So that's not going to stay like that for a very long time. So we pick a couple of highlights on what is going to come next. So in this quarter, we're going to enhance the customer-centric view by giving you more customer-specific views within Unblu to have all your information about your customers at a glance. Following in the next quarter, we have a focus on the whole AI capabilities. So one of the things we're going to add for the improved audio video experience is to augment that with AI, having the possibility to automatically have the call transcripts, have a summary, have meeting notes, and leverage the whole AI theme as well to give you more capabilities for your advisors and agents as a companion, which you might be like the term co-pilot, you might have heard that from Microsoft. So a similar kind of concept, but for the financial industry, to give you a best buddy next to you, which can help you with different kind of tasks and perform certain activities for you. The other big highlight in Q3 is the integration of Unblu Branch into our platform. So we saw in the beginning of this session today that we have two products. So we will merge one of these products into the platform, completely fulfilling the 360 view into the real world, into the non-digital world as well, that to give you this kind of capability as well, that you can do everything from one single agent desk or interaction hub, making sure that we can fulfill all the engagements through all the channels at all times 24/7. And this is basically just a small kind of overview of what's going to come next. So of course, we have a couple of hidden new functionalities which we are not ready yet to share with you, but you can really look forward to see a couple of highlights this year and in the coming years as well. We move to the next slide. This is already the end of the presentation part. So that's the time where we can address some of the questions. So we have 9 minutes to go through all these questions. So I'll just pick one. And if you didn't pose any question yet, please take your time to do so. I'm just going to look at the first one. It's a question about the label features. If this has to be set up manually. No, all the features you saw today are basically available as well through the API and through the integrations. So we offer always both possibilities. So one is for the end user to be able to do everything manually, but for the clients where you have other systems in place, you can of course use your CRMs and other kind of systems you already have in place for these kind of information to propagate that together with the client information to Unblu to have it available during the interaction. I hope this answers this question. And if I'm not too detailed enough for the question, need more information, as said, please reach out to us, then we can really deep dive. The next question is about the document collaboration. If this is replacing the document co-browsing, yes. So we will keep the old technology still in the system, so you don't have to switch immediately if you do an update to version 8. But we give you the option to do the switch. This comes at no cost for existing document co-browsing functionality, so you will get all the added benefit with the new technology without paying extra. So this will just continue, and it's going to be a seamless kind of switch. And if we talk about switch, is version 8 available for me? Yes, version 8 is publicly released. You can reach out to your service organization or the key account manager, which is appointed to you, and we can plan the update accordingly. And maybe just a couple of words there. the update should be done pretty seamlessly. So we try to make sure that everything which you already use in version 7 still works in version 8. So we have backwards compatibility. The SDK version 4 is still going to be supported. There's no requirement to change this. And the new functionalities are disabled by default, so you can really seamlessly switch over and take one step after the other to get familiar with the different kind of new functionalities. And of course, we can help you to set up some test or staging environments to play through with the new functionalities, or set up an account on our site that you can really get familiar with the new functionalities. Sorry, just reading the next question. Give me a second. It's about the signing. So the signing, the question is this like DocuSign? Do I have to update any documents somewhere? Is this an external party where you have to pay certain fees? Sorry. No, the out-of-the-box signing capabilities, again, come together with the document collaboration without any extra charge for signatures. So you are free to sign millions of documents if you want. So that's not going to be a cost impact. And maybe same as for the SMS part, just as a side note, we are not charging per SMS or anything like that. So this is just coming together for free with the messaging capability of Unblu. We always had this capability to do external messengers. Now it's really fully baked into the product, so that you don't have to worry about setting up and making the connections right. So this will work natively and without any big headaches. I'm going to read the next question, and then we are approaching the end of the session. Okay, so this is about the labels. Can I have multiple labels per customers? Yes. So the labels are basically twofold. You can have labels on the client side and the advisor and agent side. So you can use that not only for sharing information about the client, but as well having some complex visibility rules as well, like which advisor or agent is allowed to communicate with which client. You can do the mapping there. You can use that to trigger different flows, to enable different kind of functionalities depending on the label. So the use cases are limitless there, and we're happy to help you to dig down into those details on how you can leverage those labels. Checking here. Who can set the labels? So Yushi showed an example with a specific agent setting a label on the fly. I mentioned the API capability. And of course, you can do that through an administrator or through a backend service, either as a process or on the fly. So there are different possibilities to leverage those label features. And we're happy to show you more in-depth and customized kind of approaches for your kind of use case and how you want to solve them. And our CEO just brought me water because he is very attentive. Thank you, Jens. Then I'm gonna take last question because I don't see any new ones coming up. Talking about AI, is the AI your own kind of development? So what we do is our approach, the bot capabilities we have in our product is own development. So we have the orchestrator and everything to talk to other kind of external integrations and to play nicely along with all the messaging, the SMS, and with the Unblu system. These are our core functionalities, our core product. But of course, we have the capability and we leverage this is to connect to external AI providers or large language models because our approach is to give you the best available technology right now and not stick with something which might be developed a couple of years ago. So we always try to give you the best of both worlds, having your customized experience, but leveraging the newest technology which is available right now. So please reach out to us if you have specific questions around that. And at the end, we are focusing financial industry. So our focus is not creating AI, is to make AI compliant. This is what we do. We have to make sure to use the existing technologies in accordance with the regulations, leveraging best practices, making sure that we pick the best kind of features and capabilities which are still compliant and relevant for the financial industry. And this is basically where we put our AI proposition into the game and show you what is possible with nowadays technology and availabilities. And I don't see any new question coming up. So the good thing is we saved 3 minutes. We were on time. We didn't have any technical issues. And as a last reminder again, please reach out to us if you have any kind of follow-up questions, if you need some personal sessions and personalized demos, we're happy to do so. And thank you, Yushi, for preparing everything, making sure that everything works technically. And with this, I think for our all Eastern Hemisphere colleagues joining this webinar, I wish you a nice evening or close to end of evening. And to all the rest, I wish you a pleasant continuous day. And I hope to see you in person very soon or in at least remote. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a great day, everyone.